وَقَالَ الْمَلِكُ إِنِّي أَرَى سَبْعَ بَقَرَاتٍ. Now this is after about 10 years what is going to happen. Now between these two ayat, there is a gap of 10 years regarding the dates of the incidents. قَالَ الْمَلِكُ, the king said. Now who was this king? First thing that is to be noted is that he is not Fir'aun. Pharaoh was the title of the kings who belonged to the soil of Egypt, the local nation. The people, they were having their own system and they were having their own kings, and those were called Fir'aun. But actually this king was of the Amalekites, Amalekah. They were from the Arabian desert. They had invaded Egypt and they were governing Egypt at that time. And he was a Semitic in his origin. The Egyptians are said to be the progeny of Hazrat Ham, the second son or the third son of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam, not Sam. But people of the Arabian desert and of Iraq and Sham, they were the progeny of Hazrat Sam, Semitics. So they were Semitics, they had invaded Egypt and they were ruling there. So as if they were the alien rulers. And that is why they are not called, they are not called Fir'aun. And they say that his name was, they are called Hyksos kings, and the name of this king was Apophis. And his capital was Memphis. وَقَالَ الْمَلِكُ إِنِّي أَرَى سَبْعَ بَقَرَاتٍ سِمَانٍ. And the king said to his chieftains in his court, I am seeing inni ara. And this means, he saw this vision repeatedly. Sab'a baqaratin simanin. I see 7 cows, fat ones. Yakulhunna sab'un ijafun. And they are swallowed and devoured by 7 who are very lean. Wa sab'a sumbulatin khudrin. And I see in my vision 7 ears of corn which are green. Wa ukhara yabisatin. And another 7 which are dry. Ya ayyuhal malau utuni fi ruyaya, aftuni fi ruyaya. Oh, my chiefs, now tell me about my vision. In kuntum li ruyaya ta'taburun. If you are the interpreters, if you know the expounding of the visions. Qalu azghasu ahlamin wa ma nahnu bitawil al ahlami bi'alimin. They said they seem to be mixed up false dreams. And we don't know the interpretation and expounding of this type of dreams which are mixed up, have no reality behind them. وَقَالَ الَّذِي نَجَا مِنْهُمَا. Now that person, the 2 prisoners, and the one who was freed and he was now serving the king, he was to pour the wine in the cup of the king. وَقَالَ الَّذِي نَجَا مِنْهُمَا وَادَّكَرَ بَعْدَ أُمَّةٍ. And now he recalled after this long period of time. Oh, Yusuf was there and I asked the interpretation of my dream and he could tell it. And then he had told me that I should mention about him in the presence of the king. أَنَا أُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِتَأْوِيلِهِ فَارْسِلُونَ. I will be able to tell the meanings and the interpretations or the expounding of this vision. So you send me forth to Yusuf in the prison. Now when he has reached the prison, he says, Yusuf ayyuha Siddiq. O Yusuf, the true one, ayyuha Siddiq, aftina fi sab'i baqaratin. Now give us your verdict in the vision of 7 cows, semanin, who are fat. Yakuluhunna, they are being devoured or eaten up, swallowed, sab'un ijafun, by 7 cows who are lean. Wa sab'i sumbulatin, and about 7 ears of corn, khudrin, which are green. Wa ukhara yabisatin, another 7 which are dry. La'alli arji'u ila an-nas, so that I may return to the people. La'allahum ya'lamun, so that they can know what is the meaning and interpretation of this dream of the king. Qala tazra'una sab'a sinina da'aba. He said, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam said, you will have normal harvest, usual harvest for 7 years. فَمَا حَسَّدْتُمْ فَذَرُوهُ فِي سُنبُلِهِ. So whatever you reap, you keep it in the ears. Don't take them out. Don't take the corns out. This was the way to preserve it, إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِمَّا تَأْكُلُونَ. Except the little that you eat. Whatever you require, the daily rations, you take out from the years, but the rest of it, let it be as it is. ثُمَّ يَأْتِي مِنْ بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ صَبْرٌ شِدَادٌ. Then after that, 7 years week of very hardship. يَأْكُلْنَ مَا قَدَّمْتُمْ لَهُنَّ. Those 7 years will eat up what you had stored for them. You will be storing for 7 years. The excess crop will be stored. Keep on storing them. And now when you know there will be drought for 7 years, you will eat up the stored grains. Now, illa qalila mimma tusadun, except a little amount of it which you will have to preserve for the next crop, as to use it as seeds for the next crop. Summa yati min ba'di zalika. Then again, after those 7 years, the year will come, fihi yughasun nas, in which the people will have rains. وَفِيهِ يَعْصِرُونَ. And in that year, they will be pressing wine, there will be crop and there will be greenery and everything will be okay and you will be pressing wine.